If you're really interested in keeping your home cool in spring, summer, and fall, and you've ever considered purchasing a high quality air purifier, this is the perfect combination. The Dreo Air Purifier Tower Fan. We have a son who suffers really badly from seasonal allergies. And we have looked at high quality air purifiers. That's when Dreo contacted us and asked if they could send us this sample for review. We were super excited because it combines the best of both worlds. It just arrived, guys. It is taller than we thought it was going to be. Larry's gonna do a little unboxing. Oh, it's packaged very well. Before you plug it in, turn it on, do anything, you want to open the HEPA filter area. Just slide that out of there and remove the plastic. All right. We'll slide that HEPA filter back in there, and we're just going to put this back on the front. We'll show you how to use the fan, but first I want to talk about this filtration system because that is what is super exciting to me. As I mentioned, we have a son who suffers really, really badly from seasonal allergies, and I have looked at air filtration systems. They are not all alike. The less expensive ones do not use HEPA filters. That's what you want. This has a HEPA filter inside. It is a dual true HEPA filter electrostatic filtration. What do all those big words mean? Here's what it means, and here's what's important to you. It's going to remove 99.9% of the particulates down to 0.3 microns. That is what is important, especially if you have somebody in your family who is allergic to pet dander or has seasonal allergies and needs to have that pollen removed from the air. That's what's important. Now, the other thing that I thought about is that a lot of the area we're going to be using this in probably is the basement. Whenever you're in a basement, guys, you got a lot of like damp areas down there. Then having the air filter combined with the fan is going to be really important to you. You can control all of the functions a couple of different ways. One is with the remote control, and it also hooks up wirelessly to your phone. I'll show you that in just a second. But first, let me show you what it does here. I'm going to turn this on. Check that out. See how that lights up? And it's pretty intuitive. The fan comes on. One of the things that we immediately noticed is that this fan is incredibly quiet. One of the problems with running fans, I mean, it's great to run fans in your house, right? Because we've talked about this before. When you run fans in your home, statistically, you can raise your air conditioning by up to 4 degrees with no noticeable loss of comfort. So you want to use fans in your home. They're a lot less expensive to run than air, and they're certainly a great alternative if you can avoid turning your air on altogether. But it does make it kind of hard to have conversation when you've got a powerful fan running. This fan, I can hardly hear it running, but believe me, there's a good amount of air coming out of the fan. Now, there are 12 speeds. That's the top speed. That is the most noise you're going to hear from that fan. You can control the rotation of the fan. It will do 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90 degrees, or you can have it swivel 120 degrees. You know what's nice about this? You ever you have some people over and you want the fan going just a certain direction. Ain't nobody sitting on the left-hand side of the room. They're all on the right-hand side of the room. There's no sense having the fan go all the way over in one direction. You just want it focused on where the people are sitting. This fan allows you to do that really easily. The fan has 12 speeds. Here's speed 1. And I'll keep going up here so you can see. There. That's as loud as it gets, guys. That is speed 12. So I'm standing at the far end of the room. Larry's going to turn the fan up, and I'm going to tell you when I can feel air. Guys, right now the fan is at 2. It's probably 15 feet away from me, and I can feel it already. That is a very nice breeze. You see my hair moving? It's a good breeze. This fan works really well, even at long distances. I'm super excited. When the air purifier is in use, then that filtered air comes out the top of the fan, and then it's circulated by the fan. So what that means is it's able to purify a larger area.
Anytime we're using something electric, we want to know exactly how much power it's using because we want to use the most efficient amount of power as possible. When this unit is on level 2, as it is now, it's only using 6 watts of power as long as we're only using the fan part out the top and not the purifier fan. Right now it's running at level 2, so if I raise this up to level 12, that's the highest amount of power that it puts out, it uses only 25 watts of power on level 12. Isn't that interesting? That isn't very much power. When we're using the purifier fan and the main fan on level 12, and the purifier fan has 3 speeds, 1, 2, and 3. It also has an auto setting. So I set it to number 3, which is its highest level. And with those 2 fans running, it still only uses 37 watts of power. And that is amazing. Hope did some online work to do a little more specific figuring on how much this will cost to actually use. So if your utility company is charging you 15 cents a kilowatt hour and you use this fan 8 hours a day, in 1 month you'll only use $1 extra energy and electricity to run this. One of the main advantages of the Dreo Tower Fan is that it has a phone app, and I find this to be very, very handy for it. You press the phone app and it allows you to make a lot of specific changes in the setup of this system that you can't make directly on it. So the first thing is that you can turn it on or off with this power mode here, and you can put it in sleep mode, which it happens to be in right now. I'm going to put it back to normal mode. If you press on the icon of the fan itself, then it gets you into the other settings. So this setting over here is how much speed that motor runs. I went up to 12, and you can see right on the fan that it goes to 12. If I go down to 6 on the phone, it shows 6 on the tower fan. And this runs the fan at quite a distance. We were actually down the basement and accessing this. The other thing that is really, really handy on it, you can change the oscillation amounts with it. Now it's set up to do 30, 60, 90, and 120 like we mentioned. But if you hit the asymmetric, you can actually change these by 5-degree intervals. You see how I'm changing it and making it, it's right now showing a 75-degree total. So if you have this in a room and you have it specifically set up for different people, you can set this so that it's blowing air just directly on the people that are in the room. And there's a lot of other settings in here that it will set on the tower fan. Very, very nice system to have. Hope and I have been really happy with this fan. We've been using it every day since we got it, and we just love it. Right now, the company, Dreo, is having a major mid-year sale on their website. There'll be a link in the video description.